What up? This is your boy Styles here, WestCoastStyles.com, and I'm with my man from San Diego. MassV is in the house with us.
I'm in
Yeah,
the building. I'm in the
yeah,
building.
yeah. And I met you through my man Noah. He does a lot of album covers for artists, and he even did our
Yes.
logo, the WCS logo. And he told me
Yes.
he had a cat from San Diego who worked with Dr. Dre, and he wanted me to hook up with him.
Yeah.
And I was kind of skeptical at first. I was like, "What? I never heard of those San Diego artists working with Dr. Dre." I was like, "But my man doesn't lie. And he's authentic. He's reliable. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?" So I
Right.
had to I had to do my little Google thing and see what was going on here.
Peek around real
And
quick.
and some things started checking out, and I'm like, "All right, let me holler at this man." And then you started telling me your story about how you work with Dre and got into the studio with Game. And then I saw that he credited you on that album as the Massive.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
nuts.
I was like, man, I gotta talk to this guy and see what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on
nuts.
here, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nuts.
So tell me a little bit about your story, man. About your background. You know what I'm saying?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um,
Shot Town.
yeah, Chi-Town for sure. South Side, baby. But
Okay, okay.
that's like pretty much where the origins of my family's from. You know what I mean? Chicago. But early on, we all started venturing out different locations, and one of the locations was San Diego. You know what I mean? That's where my mom moved us to, me and my sisters, my siblings. And from there, I always
Dago.
been, yeah, always been enthralled with hip hop music, of course. You know what I'm saying? Since a young man,
How long you
I
been in Dago?
I've been in Dago since I was 5, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're pretty much a native then, man. Shit.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That's what you gotta say to the beginning, and then you get into what I mean, how
Yeah.
things progress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what part of San Diego?
I'm from El Cajon in Spring Valley.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
That's like East County ish. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh. And how'd you get involved in hip hop, becoming an artist and all that?
I always was a fan of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like NWA and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. You know, but
Yeah.
Tupac really he made it realistic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that thing that just touched me in a special kind of way. You feel me?
Hmm.
So when he passed, I was only 10 years old. But I
Okay.
remember having an impression on me. Literally, you feel me though? I'm 10 years old. My favorite artist just died,
Mm.
and I ain't really even been introduced to death yet. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac pretty much introduced me to death
Damn.
and
Okay.
feeling those deep emotions. And so while I was feeling like that, I also started feeling like, dang, well, nobody's ever going to be like that. Nobody's ever going to bring whatever he had, make people feel how he made people feel. I don't think nobody can do that. So I got to start now at 10 years old. So I remember having that feeling. And then when I
Wow.
started rapping, probably like a week into me rapping, I was like, you know what? No one's gonna give me free beats, so I might as well just start making beats too, because I'm whack doing both of them right now. So if I
Yeah.
just start doing both, I'll just be everything. You know what I mean? I need to be,
Everybody starts out whack though. You know what I'm saying? I
of
mean,
course. But my mind was, if I'm just gonna be whack on rap, I might as well be whack with the beats too, until I ain't whack no more. Feel me? It
yeah.
worked out.
Well, I mean, when did it start to become realistic, though? I mean, because a lot of people try and they never make it past that one wave. You know what I'm saying? It's like that movie Castaway, where you can't get past that one wave and you can't get off the island. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's like, so how
right.
do you get past
Wilson,
that hump?
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. How do you get past that wave?
I got the kind of personality, brother, where I just like I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going and keep going and keep going. And I don't think I was that whack to begin with. Let's start off like that. I
Okay.
wasn't that whack, so I was already, because remember my influences are some real serious individuals.
Yeah, of course.
So me starting off, I'm just imitating what I'm a fan of already. So that's whack in itself because imitation is the best form of flattery, but still you got to be original in this game.
Hmm.
So I feel like my original stuff really wasn't that original to begin with, and then you know what I mean. I'm linking up with different guys who rap as well, like my guy Play B. You know what I mean? Different guys like that, and
Uh-huh.
they pretty much sharpened my skills. Also, school was a big helper for me.
Mm.
I was a guy that'd walk around school with my tape on one of them things we can press record right there and just play it
Yeah.
back. I'd be playing my stuff for people at school,
Well,
and then
I say that because San Diego is not the easiest place to launch your career.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like,
Of course.
and that's a shame because, you know, we should be really paying attention to more artists out there. But realistically, yeah, historically, it hasn't been a place where not many guys can get on. Only a few have. So, I'm interested in learning how a San Diego cat ends up in the studio with Dre and other aftermath artists.
Right. Okay. So 16 years old, or excuse me, probably 15 years old, I discovered that my brother-in-law is a big Digital Underground fan. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And he's a white guy and he's like super all digitaled out. And then I guess Digital Underground started like showing them love. You know what I mean? Him and his boys, they used to put noses on and you know what I'm saying? Go to the shows.
Shout
They
out to
call them
Shock G. That's a piece.
rest in peace, Shock G the legend. Of course, you know we diving all into this. But 40 ounce Chris, the noses, Mac Dread, you know what I mean? These guys, they pretty much put me with Shock G. They told me I had a year to get my stuff together and they was gonna take me to Shock G personally.
Wow.
So it's crazy because I'm such a Tupac fan, right? But I'm so young. And remember, this is before the internet, guys. So you can't just Google Tupac and learn his whole story from right there. Like, I didn't know nothing about the guy. I just know he was the best rapper to live. I
Mm.
didn't know how he grew up. I didn't know where he was from. What was his first group? I know nothing about him other than he's my favorite rapper and he touched me and he died. And that's all I knew about him at 10 years old, obviously.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10.
So then, as time goes on, I don't even know who Shock G and them are by
Wow.
name. By name.
Okay.
Once I heard the music, I knew the music. Like, oh, I remember that. I remember that. But my brother-in-law is telling me it's not even significant in my brain. I'm like, they don't even make like who is these guys? These some old school cats. They're not, in my mind, it's like there's not significant. There was nothing significant about it because I had no idea the Tupac connection. And then about 6 months into, about to be meeting these guys, my OG Mike G, shout out. This guy shows me a movie called Thug Angel by QD3. And it's a Tupac documentary. And Shock G spoke in that documentary. And when I seen it, like my heart just jumped out my chest. Like I understood that, you know what I mean? This was a real thing. This was a real moment. I was really about to meet these guys and I had to make sure I was prepared.
Hmm.
So the rest of the 6 months, needless to say, I went to work. And I ended up making a record that would change the course of my life forever. It was called Down and Dago. I made it with my guys, Jay Young and Mike G at his house. He had a Triton and he had Pro Tools. So he taught me how to use that shit because I was just using like Casios and like regular stuff in my house. This guy had the real stuff. So he showed me how to use it and I went to work every day. I'm at his house. He's an older guy. That's the guy that showed me the movie. I'm at his house every day, just making stuff, making stuff, making stuff. And then we made this one record that just was infectious. And so by the time the 6 months rolled by, Shock G and them come down as promised. It was a rainy day. We were supposed to be having a barbecue at the beach, and it was a rainy day. So when we went down to the beach, the spot was taken by somebody else, some other guys. And so we were about to cancel the whole thing. It's raining. How can we do a barbecue at the beach in the rain? It makes no sense. Let's cancel it. So we're canceling it and doing all that stuff. Next thing you know, my brother-in-law was like, man, let's go look up there one more time. So we go up to the beach on a humbug. Everybody's packing up. It's still raining cats and dogs. The second they finished packing up, the sun came out.
Wow.
This is divine intervention. I'm talking about to the point where we still played football on that grass hours later. Like, you got me? So the barbecue commenced. Shock G and them came down. We played football. It's footage of this. And then right when we were done, I said, Shock, it mean a lot to me if you listen to my demo. I remember that's what Pac had said to him. You got me? So
Mm.
Shock, he laughed at first. And he was like, you serious? Come on. So we went and hopped in my boy's Escalade. And I hopped in the front seat. He hopped in the passenger seat. And I played him that first song. And then after it went off, just this calm, he said, hold on real quick. Mon, Clee, yo, hey, everybody come over here. Y'all ain't going to believe this shit.
Wow.
And then he looked back at me just this calm. And he said, when everybody came, he said, play what you just played for me, for them. I played it. Everybody went crazy. The next thing he says is, would you like to perform with me tonight? I'm 16 years old, bro. We're in San Diego at the beach. You got me? And
Mhm.
so that night, matter of fact, I didn't even go home. He took me to the hotel with him, sat me in the back seat. He's like, bro, your energy just remind me of Pac's just energy, the electric. You know what I mean? I feel, I know what you are. And it fucked me up because I'm like, yo, I ain't said one thing about no Pac, no nothing.
Mhm.
I said not one word. You got me? I just played the record. And so from that night, he took me on stage. He brought me out, 16 years old. He said Digital Underground ain't coming out if my young homie can't get in. He's 16, but he don't drink, da da da. So they let me come in and go in the back until it's my turn to come out. While I'm in the back, I'm listening to them perform all these hit records that I recognize. And I'm slowly starting to recognize who these guys really are outside of the Tupac stuff. So
You
now my
still
brain,
didn't know who they were at that point.
bro, I'm like, I knew they found Pac, but I'm still not knowing like why they were so special and what made them legends in their own.
Come on.
I'm a
I
kid, sir. I'm a child, sir. I didn't know no better. It
understand.
was adolescence. But I'm 16 and I'm learning at this second. You got me?
Yeah.
It's just like right now, having some little Uzi Vert kids, a fan or something come up and have them trying to recite some
Yeah.
Chronic One. Like they're gonna
No,
be like,
I get it.
you got me?
I'm just
But
tripping
when they hear,
that
they be like, go ahead.
I'm just tripping that you was there with Humpty Hump the whole time, and
hmm
didn't and didn't make that connection yet. But I
That was part.
understand.
That was
I
part of my humbleness. You got me? That was
Yeah,
part of
I
my
understand.
humbleness. I'm just happy to be around. I know you guys are special. I know y'all legends. I know y'all brought Pac in the game. That's all I need to know. I'm all in. And I was loyal to these dudes right from the jump, right? Then I'm hearing these records though. And each record, I'm like, I know that. Kiss me and I kiss. I know that. Do what you like. I'm like, I know that. Every record they playing, I know these. I'm like, oh, these are these guys. And then of course, they bring me out. They said this guy from San Diego. I do my thing. And then they hit him with the Humpty dance. I was like, all right. That's who the fuck I'm with, bro. This was my favorite shit as a kid. You got me? And that's when it all hit me, bro. Like right there at that moment. And I'm right in the middle of the shit with these guys. And they tell him
Yeah.
I'm the newest member of Digital Underground. He's the youngest member of Digital Underground performing tonight, first time.
Damn.
So you can imagine from that connection right there come all connections. You feel me? An official
Okay.
member. I feel like I'm the official last member of Digital Underground, bro. Uh, and I was the youngest member.
All right. So we got the digital underground connection. Let's talk
Facts.
about the aftermath connection.
After math, baby, gets the last laugh. Shout out my niggas, man. Shout out ICU, 1 and 2. But what part?
Well, shit, man. I mean, first of all, how does it start? I mean, do they hear you? Did you go to them? I mean, you know,
See, a story like this, bro, is layered. You know what I mean? But to give you the least layered version,
yeah,
Shock G was the first person I ever went to LA with.
okay,
He came and picked me up from my house, from my doorstep in Spring Valley. My next door neighbor's like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Yo, Shock G finna pick me up." He said, "Who?" I said, "Shock G." There ain't no fucking way no Shock G's picking you up from our house in the hood. Full Shock G pulled up in an Alfa Romero, red Alfa Romero, 1970 something. This fool eyes popped out his head. You hear me? Like, what? He meets the dude, you know what I mean? We hop in. So we went to Interscope that time, but the very next time I went to LA with Shock, we did Summer Jam. And then after that, he took me to a studio. Right before we hopped out, he said, "Yo, you got your stuff?" I said, "Of course." Shock is always such a nonchalant, humble soul. You hear me?
yeah,
Just nonchalant and humble. This guy's like, "Yo, you got your stuff?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Cool. I want you to play for Quick when we get in here." I said, I stopped him. "Excuse me? I want you to play it for Quick when we get in here." And I'm still 16 at the time. So I'm losing my mind because my whole mission after the whole Pac thing was I was really loving Dr. Dre, how he was doing it. So I really wanted to be out there, and I've been manifesting that my whole life. And I've been telling everybody in school I'm gonna be with Dr. Dre, and I've been patterning my beats after him. And you know what I mean? I was just
yeah,
obsessed
yeah,
with that
yeah.
shit. So obviously now I know that was a manifestation, but this is something that was deep in my heart, and everybody who knew me knew that. You got me? Even Shock G. Like I told everybody knows this. Anybody who knew me as a young kid, as a young prodigy coming up in the music industry, I wanted to get with Dre. I needed to get with Dre. That was my only passion. I needed to make it happen. And everybody told me I couldn't do it. Step one. I was told every step of the way you couldn't do it. And then when I got to LA, Quick was the first one I met. When I met DJ Quick, I played him my music. DJ Quick loved my music, and then I helped him with a bass line. You got me? Because the whole it was like that's what I'm saying. This story is complex, bro, but I'm trying to
No, no,
condense it
no, no.
for
I
you.
get it. I, I, I understand. Just let's
Because
just go ahead and
as I'm going through these classic moments in my mind, bro, I'm just like, yeah, this time is part. I gotta say this part. So DJ Quick is a real big Shock G fan. I didn't know that. Obviously, I didn't know DJ Quick. So when I met him,
Mhm.
I found out he's a big Shock G fan. So apparently, when we came that day, we were doing a remix for this artist named Mystic, Grammy nominated from the Bay. Shout out, girl. We was doing a remix for her. Well, DJ Quick was, and he wanted Shock G and Digital Underground to come help him with it. So we're in this big studio in Paramount, on Sunset somewhere, and Shock G
Probably
plays.
Paramount.
Yeah, Shock G plays on my stuff. He
uh,
loves it, and then Quick just has this drum pattern on repeat on the big speakers, and they're just talking and catching up with old times. But this is going on for like 30, 40 minutes now. And I'm my young mind, I'm anxious, jittery. I'm hearing the bass line. So he got Shock G in front of this brand new bass that he's trying to give him. He's like, yo, Shock, this is your, I want you to have it, but I want you to play it right now, but then I want you to take it with you. So he's just catching up, having a good time. I'm like, excuse me, guys. Everybody look at me. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. This beat's banging. I hear a bass line. They said, what? I told Shock G the bass line. Shock G plays it. DJ Quick remixes it. We're having a moment. You got me?
wow.
So after the beat gets remixed a couple times, now they're like, let's go to the store, guys. So everybody walks out the studio. Me and Quick are the last ones. I'm walking out. He stops me. I'm like, what's up? He's like, nephew, that was dope what you did today. I was like, come on, Quick, you a legend. Like, I'm blessed to be here with you, big dog. Look, I try to walk again. Stop me. I said, what's up? He said, nephew, um, you gonna know Dr. Dre. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, you dope. You just got to LA. You gonna know Dr. Dre. How old is you? I said, 16. He said, yeah, you gonna know Dre. But listen, this is how you act. And he gave me a blueprint guideline of what to do where I to meet Dr. Dre. I never asked this man. I didn't say nothing. I was just like, what? I just took the information in. I started walking again. He stopped me again. I said, what's up, Quick? He said, yo, you know, I helped Dr. Dre in the club. I gave him the sounds. He just telling me, I was like, what? Because In the Club was the hottest at the time. So you know what year this is? '03.
Mhm.
So from that moment, I always just kept that information in my brain. Dan Quick said, this is what you do when you ever meet Dr. Dre. So 4 years will go by. Was 16, 17, 18, 19. Yep, 4 years will go by. And then come to find out, I was living in Woodland Hills in the Valley with some of Shock G's people, my boy Cletus Mack, you know what I'm saying, from Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was living up there with him, and I was just making music and helping him out with the, they was doing Sex in the Studio at the time, so I was like doing the beats and stuff for that. And so that's how our relationship grew. And so come to find out, Dr. Dre had a gym that was less than 5 minutes walking distance from our house. The whole time I've been looking for him. I've been living 5 minutes away from where Dre is every day for 4 years, and I've been looking for the man the whole time. So the craziest ironies on earth when you find stuff out like that.
Wow.
So needless to say, I went down there. He has two gyms. He had two gyms over there. So he had one personal one, and then he had one public one. So I ended up going to the personal one first, giving somebody my demo over there. I guess it was his trainer or something. Come to
Yeah.
find out, he's like, yeah, Dre's here every day. So I'm like, wow. So nothing happened though. I'm thinking my phone finna ring and all kind of crazy stuff. Nothing ever happened. So once again, I'm condensing the story.
No, no.
Obviously, if this has been a guy I've been looking for 4 years, this is a special moment in my life to find out he's 5 minutes away.
Mhm.
So, long story short, I ended up getting a job at the public gym because the guy, his trainer, we ended up hitting it off and being cool. I ended up running into him a couple of times. Then I ended up getting a membership at the gym. And then they was like, man, you want a job? Gave me a job. I still ain't met Dre, but now I'm in his space. I'm in his area. You got me? So, shit, man. Long story short, finally, me and Dre ran into each other, and I clicked into DJ Quick mode, bro. I followed what DJ Quick told me, tooth and nail. You feel me?
Wow.
Down to the last detail. And I never told Dre. When I met him, I said, hey, man, pleasure to meet you. You know what I'm saying? My name is Mass. Bro, you a legend. Keep doing your thing. And just moved on. You feel me? Kept it brief, kept it smooth. Then as he started coming into the gym as I'm working, I go this way, he go this way. I say, "What's up?" When I see him, he say, "What's up?" And then slowly but surely, we just grew and built a natural relationship. Also, of course, I told him that I'm here because of Shock G. And then Dre's like, "Yo, Shock G is one of my inspirations, man. I would love to work with him, but I could never get those two guys on the same page at the same time. Either one guy was ready and the other wasn't, and the other
Yeah.
guy was ready and the other wasn't. But they both knew. They both knew that I was the middle thread between the two.
Wow.
Facts.
That's cool, man. I mean, that's an amazing story right then and
But hold
there.
on. But hold on, though, sir. That's only part one. I left. So the whole time I was working at Dre's gym, me and him ended up building a great relationship. And then he started playing me music. I started playing him music. Like he asked me if I had something. I gave him a beat CD with hooks on them. And I was on pins and needles because he comes in the same time every day to the gym. So the
Hmm.
day after I gave him my CD, he didn't come in on time. And then when he did come in, he just walked right by me. He always stops and talks to me. So I'm like, what? Then he turns around and walks in like, hey, he picks up my magazine first. He goes, one magazine, two magazines. Hey, yo, that shit was banging. Boy, I almost had the Holy Ghost. I almost had the Holy Ghost. You hear me?
Hmm.
But so yeah, that was the first time Dre stamped me. My production and my hooks and shit. He was just like, that's crazy, bro. He's like, he said I was thoroughly impressed, is what he said. He said, I don't get impressed a lot, my nigga. I was thoroughly impressed, bro. And I was like, what? Oh man, that's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, you need to work with some. He was like, give me some pointers, like work with some musicians. And then one of my managers came out like, does he have potential? And he was like, he do. He really do. And then everybody treated me different from that moment on. You got me?
Mm.
So fast forward a little bit. Um, I've been asking Dre to let me go into the studio because at this point I've been knowing I've been working there for about 3 years now. As a matter of fact, he stopped going to the public gym and he was only going to his private one, and I was going up there with him. So it'd be me, him, and maybe another guy, or just me and him working out every day together. And when we talking and working out, we talking about the industry and we just talking about all kind of shit. And I always be like, man, Dre, please, I just want to go to the studio, see you do your thing one time. He always be like, I got you, but he never let me go. I guess he
Hmm.
felt like I wasn't ready. You feel me? I'm 19, 20 to 21. I did this from 19 to 21.
Wow.
At 21, he finally let me go to the studio one day. I went and I ripped that shit. I went to Record One. He sent his producer down there to meet me. He let me pick whatever beat I want, whatever beats I want, write them down, and then he let me go to Studio B and do my thing. And I did 3 records. I left LA that day, and I didn't go back to LA for about 5 years from that day I left. So long story short, me and Dre hadn't been in contact for the past 13 years up until the year 2020. Now that's when things heat up. In 2020, Kobe Bryant dies. I find out that 50 Cent's getting his star on the Walk of Fame. Now I've already watched Dre get $1 billion. I seen him do beats, headphones. This is after I left. I'm watching
Hmm.
him do all this shit. I'm like, damn, can't even tell the man congratulations. That's my friend. That's my big homie. But I never had his number or nothing. I just pull up to the gym and we work out together. That was our relationship. Sometimes we pull off to go running at a college or something.
Hmm.
But this is my idol, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. I'm just bonding with my idol. But when I had left, I know he wondered what the hell happened to me. So I had made this song called Doctor's Note. And I was like, man, if I can't find Dre or nobody will bring me back with Dre, I'm gonna smoke him out. I'm gonna make a record that's gonna make him reach out to me. And so Doctor's Note was just pretty much about everything that I had been through in that 13 years and everything I
Yeah.
seen him go through in that 13 years. That's it. That's all Doctor's Note is. It's a personal letter I wrote to him that I wanted the whole world to be able to hear, and I knew that was gonna bring us back together.
Hmm.
You feel me? And so I sent the record to everybody, Focus and all the guys from Aftermath, and they listened and they said they liked it, but no, and nothing ever happened from there. So I was like, okay, I got to take it up a notch. So I shot the video to that motherfucker. Shot the video to it. I was like, now somebody like I really put emotion into this whole project. It's asked to get his attention. Now, still no word. So at this point, I'm like, all right. So when I heard that 50 Cent was getting his star, I'm like, no, I'm gonna pop up this time, bro. I'm
Okay.
popping up. So I popped up at 50 Cent getting his star. They actually put Dre, M, and 50 right in front of me. So when they sat down, I'm just like telling my boy like, yo, I gotta keep it cool. But when I don't really know Eminem and 50, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I don't know those guys. Like I met 50 once, I never met M, but I'm like, it'll be awkward if I just start, you know what I mean, hollering out Dre's name and shit right here. So I'm like, I'll wait till those guys leave so I don't get embarrassed by those guys, and I'll talk to Dre when I can. So 50 Cent and Eminem went up to go talk about the star, and I used that time to say, Dre. He looked back and eyes almost popped out his head when he saw me. Like he couldn't believe that shit. But remember, it's 13 years, so I couldn't believe it, bro. Like, damn. Oh, gee, that's my first time seeing him in 13 years. What's up, Dre? He's like, I was like, I'm gonna talk to you after. He said, all right. And then he paid attention to the star again. So then I went back there afterwards. He was like, where the fuck you been at? I was like, hey man, you know, doing my thing. I think he really just wanted to know if I was on crack or not. Like, yo, you on crack? Where you been? You know, I'm good. I'm healthy, looking good, still on my rap shit. That's really what he wanted to know. You still on your music? Of course. He's all right. So now for the first time ever, he gave me his iCloud. And also we took a picture for the first time ever. Because I've known the man this whole time. We never took no picture.
Wow.
So it's like I was the ugly duckling, you know what I'm saying? And I had no proof that I'm really the prince, baby. I've been the prince, but I had no proof. So we took the flick. About an hour later, I sent them an email telling, catching up with them, and then I sent Doctor's Note video. Brother, 7 minutes later, I got an email back. Wow, call me. And the rest is motherfucking history.
We need a part 2 of this. So we're going to go ahead and conclude with that because it's already been like almost a half hour. And that's
26 minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's reconvene again. We'll do a part 2.
Cause there's more.
This is crazy, man. I don't know if you guys are blown away by this, but man, I am, man. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let the brother go about his business, and we'll go ahead and get to a part 2. But man, you're here with West Coast Styles. You're here with MassV here from San Diego.
West Coast Styles, baby.
And you're gonna get to know him better. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we ain't even got to the tip of the iceberg, bro.
We're gonna be blasting his music. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting started here. So,
West Coast Styles. Shout out to West Coast Styles, man. Y'all want to give me a platform that's amazing to me, man. I'm always represent this West Coast for sure.
For sure. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and let you get about your business, and we'll get part 2 done soon.
Much love to you, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, now.